name is Matt Cunningham, and we all use the internet for various means, such as using WebAdvisor or Canvas, or reading Wall Street Journal or reading Reddit. Such websites are fun to go to. But many of the general public isn't aware of how the internet functions, or the issues concerning the Middle East and the United States with internet regulation. And I'll be touching upon those topics. But first we have to discuss how the internet functions. And the internet functions based off of packets of data. And these data come in two types, as two pieces of information, of binary information. One's the IP, and the IP holds the computer address and the computer that it's going to. And then the other piece of information that the packet holds is the data that it contains. So the data, and then the information of where it's going to, and what it's coming from. And in the scientific article, Descent Made Safer, MIT Technology Review's chief correspondent David Tolbot states the first part contains data, pieces of a web page you're viewing, of the photo file or email you're sending, and the IP part contains file size and other information also. And this is a short clip that will be explaining how packets work. It's only a minute long.
It's to ask the World Science Festival server for a copy of that web page. The computer sticks this request into a virtual envelope called a packet, wrapped with specific information about that request, including the World Science Festival's IP address. The computer sends this packet out of the house and below the street via large underground copper wires. It passes through small regional networks before ending up here at Telehouse North in London. Telehouse North is England's main internet hub. The IP address on this packet tells the hub that the World Science Festival server is actually in Los Angeles. So Telehouse North sends the packet out as light across the Atlantic, over fiber optic cables buried deep beneath the ocean. The packet ends up here, 60 Hudson Street, New York City, the largest internet hub on the East Coast. This hub sends the packet through a series of regional networks.
So the packet gets sent to your ISP, such as Comcast, and that Comcast goes to another, bounces to another internet hub, and then keeps bouncing until it gets to the computer that receives the information, such as the website you're visiting, Google, for example. And that happens in mere seconds, because you've seen how fast web pages load. So when you load a web page, it has to polarize all of the information on the web page into tiny packets, and all those packets get sent to the computer they're going to by different means. They don't take the same route. The only thing that matters is that they get there at the same time. And this happens in mere seconds. And to stop the flow of packets is hard to do. It requires extraordinary means, such as shutting down the Comcast building. And I have an example of this happening. It happened in Egypt, in the Middle East, and it was during anti-government protests. The citizens of Egypt were protesting against the government, and a lot of violence was happening. People were being shot, and gruesome pictures were being posted to the web of what was happening in Egypt. And the government didn't really like this, so they ended up shutting down the internet by going to, say for example, not in the United States we have Comcast, but in Egypt they have something else. They go to that internet provider, and the government tells that internet provider that, hey, we have to shut down the internet. And they ended up, according to Mara Krakowski in her article Garbage in Info Out, the Egyptian outage was a monumental event cutting off internet access for 23 million users in a nation of 80 million. So about 1/4 of the population's internet was shut off by the government. And a group of computer scientists examined the packet flow coming from Egypt and found a significant drop on January 27th of 2011 to February 2nd, when the internet was restored. And the Egyptian government did that to prevent information about the protests going public, going national. And after the internet was restored, a lot of people were mad, and the government had to step down due to national world pressure. Middle East government power over what Middle East has a lot of power over what citizens receive and send out in terms of data, and now we'll be looking at how the United States, what their issues are with internet regulation. And one of the main issues in the United States is copyright infringement. That's the pirating of movies, music, and textbooks, for example. Also sites with copyright infringement. And the thing to prevent that copyright infringement requires for the ISP, the Comcast, for example, to look at the packets of data that you receive and to actually examine what you're receiving. And that impinges on some of our rights of privacy. And a lot of controversy is going on with that. If it's okay for people to look at what you're looking at and whether it's deemed appropriate or not. And Susanna Mirgani writes in her article, War on Piracy, a large proportion of these so-called pirates are in fact ordinary people, ranging from educators to teenagers, who are most active in reproduction, circulation, and distribution of cultured texts. Another problem with copyright infringement is that in our education classes we use copyrighted material all the time. We distribute education material, copy assignments, replicate it, use photocopiers, etc. for a teacher to distribute homework. And to put regulation on that would impinge education per se. Possibly, but more research has to be done on the current laws. And my conclusion for this is that today I informed you on how the internet functions and the issues currently arise in America and Egypt. And I hope you have a great spring break.